Yeah. Right, part 3. We're on part 3. Like, how much longer do I have to go than, like, a freaking 30-minute segment, right? So many feelings. I mean, especially saying this stuff out loud, it's, like, really hitting home for me about wrestling. And it's like, I really have to make the decision if that's really what I want to do. And, like, I've had people tell me that basically all my life. Like, I have to either give modeling my all, acting my all, findom my all. Though, frankly, that's just not in my nature. And if you do your statistical research, you know, people that are extremely wealthy, they have multiple sources of income. And I'm passionate about all these things that I'm doing. And it's hard to say. Part of me wants to say that, yes, I'd be willing to put everything else on the back burner if I could get wrestling to go my way. Because I know it's I'm trying to think how my dad would put it. You know, basically, like, it's like people that want to be professional football players. It's like a 1 in a million chance, right? Like, there's millions and millions and millions of people that want to do that and think that they have the ability and that they're going to do that. Though, personally, you know, like, let's say a big federation came to me and they're like, we're going to help you clean up your image and we're going to train you and we're going to put you through all these different processes and you have to do this, X, Y, Z. I think I'd be more than willing than to go through that type of experience. And I wouldn't necessarily consider myself selling out because I can always go back to all the stuff that I've always been doing, okay? I'm looking for something new, something super rewarding, something that challenges me and I can watch my own development. And I just love professional wrestling. I've been encouraged to do MMA. You know, that's not really for me. Like, I love professional wrestling. I grew up loving professional wrestling. And yes, it all boils down to Hardy Boys and Lita. Amy Dumas, shout out to you, man. Like, you gave me so much empowerment as a young woman and great passion. And yes, I love all the other beautiful women of wrestling. You know, I'm trying to think of everybody, like Tori Wilson, Sable. There's one more I'm missing. Tori Wilson, Sable. There's a third one that I really loved. Of course, I'm like a blonde. Not coming to me. I apologize. See, I'm not as into professional wrestling as I should be as well. So in some facts, yes, I'm a total mark and not even like a mark. Like, I would just maybe a jabroni. I don't know. I mean, I know there's all these terms that I don't really know how to professionally use, though. It's been something that's been enjoyable, and I would like to learn, and I'm not so passionate about watching wrestling as much as I am about learning and getting hands-on with the experiences, though I do recognize that it's important for me to study matches, which I have done. I've watched several matches, more than several. You know, my Chasen rants, my Chasen? I was trying to say my trainer, but yeah, my buddy Chasen. He made me watch an hour match. I want to say it's over an hour, though. It's the Ricky Steamboat and Ric Flair match, which was fantastic. And honestly, I feel like I need to watch it again because I wasn't giving it my complete full attention because still, again, I wasn't fully sure that this is what I wanted to do. And in some aspects, I'm still not really sure if that's really what I want to do or if that's... It's not a matter of if I want to do it. It's actually a matter of, can I do it? And am I willing to drop everything else? And I just hear like a little voice in my head that just goes, go for it. So that's something that's going on in my life. The financial dom stuff is definitely fun. And there's a lot more ways that I plan on expressing, that side of me. Particularly in what you're good for. I know it's like totally naughty dumb thing to say in some aspect, though it's like really what is my intention with doing this and what's really going on. And honestly, things like this have been going on my entire life, and it goes on for everybody all the time. You always have these people that come into your life and help you out, and maybe, you know, maybe you're not so fortunate as other people have been, though you're capable of being that person for somebody else too, and there's no reason to get like a hard chip on your shoulder because of all of your hardships. You know, there's a lot of people out there that have been exactly through what you've been through as well. And I know I'm not the only one in the wrestling world that has gone through all of the stuff that I've mentioned before, though I feel like I'm the only person that's actually come public, which is probably with great reasons. Like, this could totally, yes, destroy every chance I have with professional wrestling, at least in a higher realm of working for the higher networks, or perhaps I can earn a little bit more respect for being so fruitful. I mean, it's hard to draw the line with all that, though where I know that I'm with, and like where I stand in my position is like, I need to be true to my authentic self. And not just that, but that means I need to share my true authentic self with you, because that's the only way that you're going to know if you want to do business with me or if I want to do business with you, kind of thing. Is, you know, it's all about the truth factor. Because I say this all the time when people are trying to find their life partner, like, if you withhold certain information that you're into certain fetishes and then you marry this woman and she has no idea and she can't fill those needs, it's like you married a stranger kind of thing, you know? It's like, that's the only way you're really going to know if someone's with you because of who you really are or just who you're pretending to be. And we get so lost in the ego and then the shadow part of our personalities. Like, I understand it gets very difficult to know who we are, which is why I think Jim Carrey's new videos are so important, because there is no me. Okay, and there's like a lot of stuff that you can do to dig deeper into that. And I'll tell the truth, I'm definitely on my own spiritual journey, figuring out what that means and separating myself from those kinds of things as well, which can be also kind of painful because we become so integrated in this system and the patterns that have been built for us and what's normal and what's not normal. And that's not even what's normal. It's a matter of what's the word, sociably acceptable, and like what's done in patterns by other people. I believe it's very great to be different, and we have to love and accept ourselves. And I know that a lot of us has been through all kinds of different things. And I know my words are becoming all jumbled because I'm full of all kinds of different uncomfortable emotions right now, being completely vulnerable and truthful and transparent, you know, through my growth and development as I age. And I'm 26 now. I feel like it's really time for me to tighten up, and whether or not I pursue professional wrestling or if I pursue modeling or if I just completely drop all this entertainment stuff and go on to being some sort of law practitioner or like something else that, you know, really only God knows what I'm going to be doing next for all of my life. For all I know, I could get into some sort of terrible accident, right? I mean, there's so many different things that can happen to us, so I truly believe that we just have to really, really enjoy every moment and try to focus on the positive, not become lost in like suicidal ideations or just like, how am I going to die, the anxiety, like all the things. I totally know what that's like, by the way. If you're totally like one of those people, I encourage you to read the book You Can't Afford the Luxury of a Negative Thought. That is one of the best books I ever read. As a matter of fact, I would love to find that book again and read it again. I remember it being so helpful in my youth when I was about 15 years old. So if you can find that book, I do encourage that. That person also wrote another book called like Life 101, Things You Should Have Learned in School But Didn't. I'd love to read that as well. And these are all the different emotions and all the different things that I'm going through. My biggest struggle right now is actually managing my time, especially with having this structure of a job. I mean, let's be honest, I've never really like consistently kept a job outside of the museum. I mean, I worked for Barnes and Noble and Hot Topic, and just like there was only so much of that structure that I could really handle. Like, I've always been a boss lady, if you will, like someone who just, I had to run my own businesses, and it's the only way that I felt freedom and then I can manage my own time. So right now I'm dealing with kind of like the same problems. Like, so on my few hours I have off of work or whatever, like what do I do? Like when can I sleep? When do I upload videos? You know, I have so many different sources of income and things that I do, so managing all of that stuff is just almost overwhelming. I don't hire an agent or a manager, and frankly, I don't really want one. I don't want someone telling me how to act and what to do. You know, I mean, that's also why I'm in the position I am now. I've made the choices that I've made. I've made my bed and I lie in it every single night, you know. And it'd be great to find someone that would be wanting to work with me and understands all the different levels of my character and also gives me the freedom to make my choices at the end of the day after they have given me the recommendations and the straight up honest logistics. You know, if you can convince me otherwise why I should go this way, I'm being open-minded to learning a different part, you know, that causes cognitive dissonance for like lots of other people. I'm actually pretty open-minded and I'm totally open for refinement, though it has to be something that makes me feel right in my soul. I'm not seeking, you know, manipulation and not into it. Okay, I mean, I've been through tons of experiences with other people. I kind of know a lot of red flags, and I know that I'm still young enough, if you will, or just uneducated enough, or whatever you want to say, where I could be put in a circumstance where I am go through another tough learning experience like that. Again, as I'm sure all of us, almost everyone, right, goes through those kinds of things. I don't know, I'm kind of running out of stuff now, man. I'm trying to look at my notes here too. I don't know, I think that's about it for now. A lot of powerful stuff, a lot of powerful truth. There's a lot of power that comes in the truth, by the way. And that's the best way. And I know sometimes we lose friends and we lose people because they find out who we really are. They're not really resonating with where we're coming from. That's okay. You know, not everyone is going to get that. And sometimes, like, if you feel a need that you have to lie to someone to keep the relationship, I don't really think that that's a healthy relationship for you or for the other person. So that's something else to completely think about. I wonder where my pen is so I can actually write some things down too. Oh, my pen seems to be missing. Oh, there it is. Keep a journal. This counts as a journal, you know? And maybe this isn't for you. So you have to do what makes you feel good at the end of the day. For me, I just enjoy to get all this stuff out. I'm very happy to have the select people that listen to me. Even if you're that person that's thumbsing down my stuff, that's cool too, man. Everyone has an opinion, right? And how you spend your time is how you spend your time. It's your time. This is how I spend my time while I'm here on this earth, and this is what I find that fills my soul, is being completely transparent with you, because then, like I said before, I feel like I'm surrounded by all the authentic people. And not just that, yeah, there's haters. There's definitely haters. Though there's a very powerful line, right? If you don't have haters, then you're not doing it right. And, you know, hate is no good. I mean, how obvious is that? Do you have to see American History X to really get an idea? Or are you just going to live in your little bubble, lost in your telephone and your electronics and your television, and just ignore everything else, get lost in sports or whatever little thing that basically has no true effect? I mean, I know it's harsh, though there's a lot of things that matter. Like, number one, what are you building that lasts forever and that's here when you're no longer here? As I've said before, some of you are having children. That's your way of carrying on your legacy. Now, some of you can think about little things like, what if we plant a tree today? Then someone else will be able to eat from that tree ages from now, and things like that. And you know, those seeds, they don't have to be actual fruit. There's actions and things that you can do that kind of teach people new things and that passes on great things. It's up to us as a collective to do these things and to share great things. Or we can keep the cycle as it is and pass along the things that have been passed on to us, which some things are worth keeping, but some things need to change. And the change relies in us. I love you. I'm going inside. I'll catch you later. Goodbye.